I opened my dashboard and I saw I got a bunch of follows. And I saw I had a like 30,000 view clip. And then I kind of knew I was gonna get posted to live stream face, and I checked. And it is true. Do you see here? Mario Kart thumbnail? The comments are kind of nice though. Okay, let's watch the clip first. It's this one. The stat really doesn't matter, I think. Yeah, if you do tricks in the air, you get a speed boost. Look at me! Look at me explaining things too! I still didn't get the food! And you also get a speed boost if you do drifting. That's what I've learned. Ach du Scheiße. So bad! So bad! 24th is the worst you can be. Ooh, but rewarded. Rewarded! Look, yeah, good? Good? Yeah? Good? Yes? And I dodged the electrocution. This was timing for me, because if I'm fat, I can't get electrocuted. Wait, where am I? I swear this was not on purpose. Like, that's so stupid. I had nobody in front of me. I didn't know where to drive. So bad. And I think that I don't even make it to the next round. Wait, let's see. In front of me, I didn't know where to drive. I made it. Wait, I didn't make it! Ooh. I didn't make it. Dude, I didn't realize without like watching it how bad it is. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at the comments. Wait, where am I? Drives into the nearest wall. Oh my god. I had nobody in front of me. I didn't know how to drive. So bad. Oh, it's like a car crash. You can't look away. Well, not like. What do you mean? What does that mean? Oh, because it is a car crash. Okay. Oh my god. It's like someone is pretending to be horrendous at video games, except there's no pretending. Oh my god! It's so bad! It's so bad. Never change potato. I'm trying to change, man. I think I finally understand why there's a 50cc option. And I tried this yesterday with the viewer lobbies. You know, it's still so bad. I still got lost. Her Mario Kart streams have been some of the funniest I've ever watched. Ooh. Tears in my eyes. Oh my god. Check this chat. 24th to 1st to 19th in 30 seconds. I mean, it is a little bit of a slot machine gameplay. But I watched Miskiv, and he seems to be, like, top 4 the entire time. Like, I don't know. What the fuck? I'm doing something wrong for sure. Oh my god. Yeah, it's funny. Whoa, essay? What? Oh my god, yeah, I can't read all of that. I have no time. Oh my god. Yeah, the funny comments. I don't know, live stream face is always so nice to me. Like, holy shit. Okay, else, I wanted to watch a TikTok with you with Mario Kart tricks. We're gonna get it better today, chat. Hidden stats are better than we thought in Mario Kart World. Ooh.
Hidden stats in Mario Kart World are way more important than we thought.
Sweet.
Going into the game, we knew that hidden stats like the mini turbo stat existed, and we figured that airspeed and water speed would probably be a thing.
I already don't know
but I
what
wanted
that
to
is.
know for sure, and my curiosity led to me uncovering some very interesting information. The Mario Wiki lists characters and carts grouped into classes, leading you to believe that anything within the same class is identical in stats. That's what we all believed, because it just makes sense. The in-game stat window says these are the same, so they should be the same.
Are you interested?
Well, it turns out
you
that's
listening?
not true. Every cart has different hidden stats. Every character has different hidden stats.
Okay, I knew this
Wario
from
is
chat.
faster than Waluigi.
I already learned that from the chat that they have different stats, like even the characters.
Despite them being in the same weight class and the in-game stat screen showing that they have the same stats. Is your mind blown yet? Or maybe you think I'm making all of this up? There's a lot to unpack here, but I'll start with what raised my suspicions about hidden stats. This is my current main combo in Mario Kart World, Wario in the Baby Blooper. It's a pretty balanced, all-rounded combo that does a good job of keeping up on tracks dominated by baby characters and tracks dominated by Bowser.
Wait, okay? Okay, so I copy this?
And tracks dominated by baby characters. This is my
The white car? Ooh, white car with Mario today? Ooh, new main? Miss was watching world records and techniques? Really? Ooh, Difference between 0 coins and 3+. Ooh,
So I just discovered something in
let's watch that too.
current main combo in Mario Kart World, Wario in the Baby Blooper. It's a pretty balanced, all-rounded combo that does a good job of
Thank you,
keeping up
Linus,
on
for the
tracks
Prime!
dominated by
Thank
baby
you!
characters and tracks dominated by Bowser. I wanted to find other characters and carts I could use that would give me the exact same stats, just to mix things up, and I found a bunch. But I took a particular liking to Mario in the Ribbit Revster. I
Who's
used it
here from
online a
livestream
bit and
phase?
didn't
Type
really
smiley
notice
face.
anything weird until I tried racing one of my ghosts that was using the Wario combo.
Today, I'm
And
not
just
gonna
look
be
at
that
this.
crazy, like,
You can see the
stupid,
Wario
bad.
Ghost immediately start to
I'm
break away
learning.
from the start boost, and then even more on the short straight after the wall ride. And then it just continues to get further and further ahead of the Mario combo throughout the rest of the lap. There was definitely something really weird going on here, and I needed to figure out what. So to create a testing environment, I made a ghost on Crown City that just drives straight until it runs into the wall. To
Oh my god,
easily
this is
test for
too
raw
long.
speed.
This is TikTok.
And as you can see, Mario in the Ribbit Revster is getting destroyed by Wario in the Baby Blooper, despite these two combos having exactly the same stats. So next, I tested Mario in another cart with the same stats as the Ribbit Revster, to see if it was just a different distribution of hidden stats in Mario's weight class. And the Hot Rod actually keeps up way better, but it's still slower. So this means one of two things. Either the Ribbit Revster is displaying the wrong stats, or the total speed stat is being distributed to different areas. So I decided to test the Ribbit Revster against the Hot Rod on water, and this confirms that the Ribbit Revster is in fact way faster on water.
Yeah, I don't really
Hidden
care.
stats in Mario Kart World.
But that is good to know. We have new main character with new main car. Wario with a white car. Okay. Supposed to watch this? Okay.
So I just discovered something in Mario Kart World
Yes?
that I have not seen anybody talking about. I discovered something really weird about how coins work in this game. And it's not just some strange little fun fact. This is practical information that you need to know if you
Ooh, that I
want to be
need to
good
know?
at Mario
Ooh,
Kart World.
I want to be
So
good.
basically, coins don't work like how you would expect. Let me explain.
I thought coins are just cosmetics. I thought it's just there to like get new cars. I didn't know they do anything.
First of all, we need to get something clear. There has been some wrong information going around about the coin. I've been streaming and making videos, and I get a lot of comments telling me about what the coin does because I haven't personally researched it yet, so I didn't say anything about it. But people keep telling me that when you get to 20 coins, that makes you about 4% or slightly less than 4% faster. That means that each coin only gives you about a 0.2% increase to your speed. And therefore, coins are not as good as they...
My prediction is the first few coins give more percentage speed than the last few ones. Because that makes sense.
were in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Not
so where is the
2.2
misinformation?
per.
Well, number 1 is wrong. Number 2 is really wrong. And number 3 is kind of wrong. So today, I'm going to show you the tests that I did for the coin so you can see once and for all what the coin actually does. So first, I tested how much faster does 20 coins make you compared to 0 coins. I tried to make this as controlled of an experiment as possible, and I did lots of tests to see if there were any
Should I
errors.
skip to the
What I
results?
did was I just found a really
Skip to the results or be patient. I'm
long section
I'm
on Crown
patient
City,
today.
and I timed how long
Patient.
it took to get from the finish line up to this yellow line. Then I just counted how many frames it took each racer to make it there.
No
I did
time.
more than just one
We're gonna
test,
speed it
but
up.
this is the test that came out closest to the average. So I'll just tell you what I got on this one. With 0 coins, it took this many frames, and with 20 coins, it took this many frames, which is a difference of 5.3%. In other words, having 20 coins makes you go about 5.3% faster. But I didn't just test this combo. I
Ooh,
also tested a much
5.3.
faster combo. And I ran the exact same test, but again, I'm not counting until they get to the finish line, because then I'm sure that they've actually hit their top speed. So the cow with 0 coins took this many frames, and the cow with 20 coins took this
It's a
many
little bit
frames,
too
which is a
fast.
difference of 4.5%. Now, you might be wondering why we have two different numbers here. It's not because I'm doing anything wrong. I've repeated these experiments and gotten roughly the same numbers again. This also happened in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because coins may not actually work on a percentage increase. If it's a constant increase, then you can see that for a slower combo, the same increase counts as a bigger percentage. And this is exactly how it worked in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well. It ranged from about 6 to 7% depending on your combo, and it looks like in this game, it ranges from about 4.5 to 5.3%. And if you don't want to...
Ooh, so when you take a lower speed, base speed car, it gives you more of a boost. Ooh.
memorize that range of percents, then you can just say the speed increase from 20 coins is about 5%. As more information comes out about the code behind this game, then we will have updated numbers on that, but this is just based on my experiment. So yeah, a lot of people have been telling me the speed increase of 20 coins is less than 4%, but it's actually about 5%. Now, how did this happen? People have tested this and gotten a different result from me. All I'm going to say here is that steering causes you to lose speed and you can get an inaccurate result.
Wait, steering loses speed? I think I just... Yeah, I got a donation from Nintendo again. Here's Sangidas. Use these coins to help you speed up and learn tactics faster. €5 donation from Nintendo. Thank you!
Okay, next up is the really weird part. So if having 20 coins gives you about a 5% increase in speed, then if you do the math, it seems like each coin gives you a 2.5% increase in speed, making coins less important than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Do you
No
see
way,
why
right?
saying this might be wrong? In order to do the math here, we made an assumption about how this game works. And I've been talking about this a lot recently. People come into this game with a lot of experience and then start making a lot of assumptions about how things work. But remember, this is a video game made of code, and Nintendo makes weird decisions. So they can put anything they want in this code, and sometimes it's something really strange. So the problem here is that we are assuming that each coin does the same thing as every other coin.
Yeah, no way.
That is not true. And it only took me one more test to find this out. Because I didn't just compare 0 coins to 20 coins, I compared 0 coins to 10 coins. And for this particular combo, if 20 coins is giving me a 5.3% increase, then with only half as many coins, you should expect half as big of a speed increase, which is about 2.6%. But
I'm
that's
assuming
not
it's
what
gonna
we
be like
get.
4%.
Instead, having 10 coins makes you go 3.6% faster. In other words, the
we go.
first 10 coins that you collect is more than twice as important as the final 10 coins that you collect. And if you don't believe me, watch this. This is 10 coins versus 20 coins. And you can easily see that the speed difference is way smaller. But why is the first 10 coins more important than the next 10 coins? And if that's the case, what if every coin gives you a different amount of speed? And the only way to know the answer to that
Let him talk, man.
is by testing it. So I tested the speed increase
At least now
of
we know it's
every
true.
single coin. Yes, every coin count from 0 to 20, I found out exactly how much faster that makes you. And here is all of them on screen at once, just so you know I'm not pulling any funny business, and you can confirm all of this for yourself if you'd like. For every single one, I checked how long it took to get from the moment the finish line
Yeah,
hit.
actually, I don't believe him. I'm gonna try this out by myself. Doing the same test.
The bottom of
I'm
the
not-
screen
I'm
to
not-
the moment that final line right there hits the bottom of the screen. I timed each of these and put them in a spreadsheet, and let me show you what I found. All right, we're going to take a look at a spreadsheet,
Yep,
but I'm
also
going to
gonna
make
make
this
a
very
spreadsheet.
simple. So first off, we have every number of coins you can have, and then in the next column, we have how many seconds it took to get from the finish line all the way to that final line. So with 0 coins, it took 14.1 seconds, and with 20 coins, it took 13.4 seconds. Now, this is not
Do you have
exactly
any
precise because I did count in
other,
frames,
Mario
not
Kart
in
World
seconds, but I'll show you the data
nerd
for that at the end
videos
here.
so I can get
next
better?
up, we have the speed change in total. So when you have 0 coins, that's your base speed. When you have 1 coin, you have a 1.3% increase to your speed. And when you have 20 coins, you have a 5.1% increase. This is because I tested with Toadette, and
They
Toadette
won't
had
help you?
more speed than Biddy Bud. And now the moment you've all been
Oh
waiting for,
my
the
God.
speed change
Yeah, I saw
per
the
coin.
squeeze
so
clip.
the first coin gives you a 1.3% increase to your speed. The second coin gives you a 0.5% increase to your speed.
How will
Huge
this make me
drop-off.
better? I
Then
don't know.
0.4, 0.2, 0.2, this 0.3,
If I
and
skip this now, people call me ADHD again.
0.3,
Let's have
and
to
also
watch
this
it.
0.3 going down to 0 and back to 0.1. This
Some
is
people are
probably
interested,
just
I know
small
it.
mistakes
The
in the
investors.
measurements. And let me just justify that right now, because as you can see, we're counting frames here, and I don't have a long enough distance to work with. When we start to get to the higher coin count, it's like 12 coins and 13 coins took the exact same number of frames. I think it's just like some of these errors can be
Son,
off
your
by one
biggest
frame.
speed
That's
boost
what's
is
happening
to
here. So the
stop
data
driving
looks a
off
bit weird,
cliffs.
but
You know what the issue is? I can't control where my car goes. Sometimes I use the joystick on the left. That's for steering. Just sometimes it doesn't work.
we can definitely see the way that it's trending. The first few coins do way more, and it immediately drops off to hardly doing anything. Now here's where it gets weird, because coin 19 and coin 20 are insane. The 20th coin, which should be the worst one, is as good as the third coin. And I know this is a lot of numbers, so
Makes
I made
sense,
a
'cause
little
it's
chart.
max coin.
Percent change versus coins. I know I should go touch grass, but it's just like one click to make this chart. So from 0 coins to 1 coin, huge increase, and then it starts to taper off, and suddenly there is a huge jump right at the end, where coin 19 and 20 suddenly matter a lot. For you science people out there, I know the line is not supposed to be connected. I couldn't figure out how to just make it dots. Now, let's come back to the start and correct the misinformation that has been going around. It is incorrect that 20 coins makes you less than 4% faster. There is a range of percentages that coins can increase your speed, but it is roughly 5%. It is incorrect to say that each coin gives you any constant percentage increase, because each coin
Now when people say 4%, you can be like, actually, it's almost 5%.
gives you a different amount of
Oh my
speed.
God.
It is incorrect to say that coins in Mario Kart World are less important than coins in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because coin number 1 is like 2 coins from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So how can we take this advice into our races and become better Mario Kart players? My best advice for you is that coins are still important, get them if it's easy, but if you have to go out of your way for them, it's probably not worth it after about 7 coins. Obviously, in time trials, it really starts to depend, but this information is arguably more important in time trials, because when you race against a ghost, you can actually see how much time you lose when you go out of your way for coins. And now that we know what every single coin does, you can accurately calculate which coins you should and shouldn't go for based on how much time you're losing in order to get them.
so
that's about it. I hope you learned something new, and the
nerdy.
next
Oh
time
my
we will
God,
be
I love
ranking
it.
all the ways to be straight.
Holy fuck. Which coins are worth to go for?